Starting out with a shot at the time, and it's early. This can only be another Text Adventures.
Welcome to Lockall Hotel. My name is Jadine and I'm the manager here at the hotel.
Hello, it's working. Oh, there we go. Hello, welcome to Treasure of the Earth. My name's John. My job is to go on board coaches and say hello. So, you ready? Hello. Okay, that's going well.
Well, I've got no idea if you can actually see anything because my pro camera is struggling, but we are in a mine. I'm just kidding. It's in a place known as Treasures of the World, which is basically a load of rocks and crystals, including selenite over there, which is massive, and of course the ones you've seen just in that first little bit of b-roll, which actually I think might be on screen now, because I'm going to try and edit that in. I feel sorry for my poor PC trying to cope, but it's actually pretty interesting. I mean, have a look in there. I'm just going to move the camera in. It's actually pretty interesting so far. We've only just got here. We've got to try and get around here in an hour, and yes, it is actually this dark as well. But if I put my camera exposure, that is exactly how I see it. So it's interesting, and yes, that is a massive dinosaur right down the end there. Right, just down there. Welcome to Jurassic Park. I've always wanted to say that. And over here we see the outside and what looks like the rest of, I'll say bones or fossils, probably both. But honestly, it's actually pretty cool in here. It is probably worth a visit. Even if it is only about an hour of your time, which is what we've got here today, it's probably a definite, well, it is worth what I'm on about. Honestly, pretty cool indeed. And yeah, I don't really know too much about, well, apparently Mesohippus biodially three-toed horse from Oligocene period evolved from South Dakota, USA. But yeah, it's actually kind of interesting. We've got the spiral over time from nothing to rockets and more. But I actually do find this really interesting because I've had a chance to see fossils before, not for a very long time, but I have had the chance to see them before. But getting to see ones of this size up close is actually really, really fun and really cool indeed. Including things I didn't even know existed, like this Brazilian fish. And now for the creepiest thing I've ever seen, because as you move, that follows you. Oh, that is weird. That's really weird. Okay, it's not quite done, and I don't know if that's today or tomorrow, but apologies for that. But we're now here towards the Commando Memorial up there, which we'll go and take a little bit of a look at, and also the official Ben Nevis viewpoint, which is quite something else. It is definitely a desktop wallpaper material. Looking towards the top of the mountains over here, we're trying to figure out which one's Nevis, and quite honestly, I've got no idea, but I think it might be that one over there. They've got a bit of snow over at the top of them. It's probably not enough to go snowboarding just yet, sadly. And as promised, up here is one of the other memorials. There's a Commando Memorial just back down there, just around about, if I can find it, over there. Try not to get people in the video that don't want to be in the video. There's another one just off over there, and there's also this one just here, which is quite something to look at indeed. Okay, so I've got absolutely no idea if you can hear me over the waterfall because it is very, very loud. But yeah, that's the next bit that we're going over to. There's a little bit of a bridge just here. And if we go to the edge, I have to be very careful, and this scares me every time. Yeah, it's a very, very long way down. The camera does not do that enough justice. You saw the other bit of the waterfall, and then over the other side of the bridge, back here, is all that. And if we look a bit further over there, we'll see that it keeps on going. And there's people out here in kayaks, and they're probably going to go whitewater rafting. And there's people there with cameras. Hello people with cameras. I'm also a people with camera. Either way, they're welcome to going in there. I'm going to stay up here where it's dry and where I know there's easy access to a nice warm cafe with coffees in. And here we see a kayaker attempting to go kayaking. Well, whitewater rafting, I think it says. Well, go on. Going over to here. They're going. And away! Right, everyone runs over to the other side of the bridge. And they are. Have they made it? They've made it. I could just about. Just about see the edge down there. I don't know if my camera even shows it. But there we go. Yeah! There goes the next one. Over the bridge. Over the bridge. Come on. They're gonna make it. They made it. I think they made it. They made it! Yeah! That's the next one that's made it! And so, with the addition of Funny CityLink coach, and a little bit of a break in Fort William where I just went over to get some food, turns out you still cannot escape Lidl. Seriously, they're everywhere. But we're going to go back on to the coach now, probably grab a coffee and go back to the hotel and see what we have on the menu for dinner tonight. So hopefully it should be interesting, and if there's the burger, I am so ordering it. Oh, poor trolley's tired. There's a Tesla down there. Made some weird sounds, I think. So a little bit of a fun fact, actually, while we're here, parked at the side of... That was cool. Anyway, a little fact while we're parked here at the side of, I don't really know where, between Glencoe and Rannoch Moor, is in Forza Horizon 4, which you'll remember I did a few videos on if you've seen those. There is an area known as Glen Rannoch, which is very much loosely based on this exact road, which is actually pretty cool to be kind of stood here, having seen that exact road virtually, and now to stand here and see it in person as well, which is absolutely fantastic. And there's also a helicopter taking off somewhere over there if I can try and spot the thing.
Where that van's going down now, on the right hand side, that is the Skyfall Road. And the Skyfall house is up there, on that road there.
Now we're back over at the hotel after standing on the edge of the A82, and honestly, it's actually really cool being there. But next up will hopefully probably be dinner, so looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun. Well, that was an absolutely fantastic night. Spoke to, I believe the guy's name was Basil, who's probably watching this video. Hiya, fantastic talking to you. Guitar sounds wonderful, and actually fantastic person to talk to, really knowledgeable about sort of music, acoustics, what stuff is like in different rooms. But tomorrow we'll actually be going to Dunoon. I know I said we're going to be doing that earlier this day, but turns out it's actually tomorrow. Oops. Yeah, looking forward to it. So I guess I will see you in day 2. I know I did this sort of day to other day transition in the previous video, but we're going to do it again. I'll see you in day 4 probably. Let's go. Good morning and welcome to day 4 of Tech Scottish Adventures, or whatever I'm going to call this little 2-3 part mini series. We are currently stood outside front of the hotel because the people I'm with wanted to get some early morning photos, and here are the wonderful fleet of coaches that we're dealing with today, and the one in the middle, that one is ours, but we're not going anywhere just yet because I need food, and that means breakfast montage type thing. Let's go. And so, after a wonderfully exciting trip along a very, very tight stretch of road, and outside an IRL shop later, we are at the edge of Tignabrook, some Scottish village. But we are currently having a look at Argyll's secret coast. It's not that secret because there's a giant road sign saying where it is. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a bit of a look around. We've got one at Locks and Glens coach a bit further back there, and you can see it just way off in the distance. If my camera wants to zoom in, you can just see coach 2 of 3, because we're on coach 3 of 3 today. Coach 1 of 3 left earlier, coach 2 is just over there, and coach 3 is, well, it's just there. Anyway, let's go ahead, take a look around and see what shops we can find before my camera gets too soaked. Because yes, it's raining yet again. Well, I think somebody might have to start phoning AJR because I found the world's smallest violin. If understood in that reference, well done. But the coolest bit is there's a little heritage shop here. Sadly it's closed, but down here they've got a little matchbox for Capri and Mini, and it's a shame it's closed because I would have had both of those, honestly. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue exploring and seeing what else we've got around here. And yeah, because just like half the stuff is closed, yes, even on the Monday. But, oh well, guess we're going to go down and take a little bit of a look around. So not to alarm everybody, we've totally not jumped to another town in the space of 2 seconds, but we've jumped to another town in the space of 2 seconds. And now we're in a very, very damp Dunoon. So let's go ahead, take a little bit of a look around and try not to get too soaked. So now we're inside the IRL hotel, and what you just saw was a very nice bowl of chips that I had. But our coach is that one right there. There was 3, there was only 2 of them because the other one's already gone back off to the hotel to go and have dinner. But our dinner is quite late tonight. We're in the edge of Dunoon at the moment, not the morning, Dunoon. But inside it's actually not too bad at the moment. I can't show this side of the room because there's people here, and obviously I don't want to get in the way of them eating their dinner. But it is actually... in here it's quite nice, but the rest of Dunoon's... I don't know. Half of it was shut and it's very cold and rainy, so... yeah, it feels a bit like home. I guess nice, but at the same time... I don't know. But I guess we're either going to be having a look around Dunoon in the next clip, or we're going to be back on a coach going off to a hotel somewhere. I've got no idea what we're going to do, but oh well, let's go find out. Well, indeed, next video clip is kind of both. We are still in Dunoon, and we are also on the coach, so it's kind of 50-50. But that is where we were just now, the IRL hotel, and if I just... there we go. Looks a lot better. But it's an interesting place here. It's also very, very, very wet. And the good bit is our driver has got some shortbread. He's not shared any of it with us yet, so... oh well, alas, we shall have to probably wait until tomorrow. In general, the coach itself is actually quite nice. There's these amount of buttons, dials and gauges, and I don't know what on earth they do, but I'm trusting they do something. And over there we've got a Ford Fiesta that's just minding its own business, probably doesn't want me to film it, but oh well, it's going in the video anyway. Look, you're famous now. And that takes us right back to our hotel. I've literally just got back on the coaches. It's fantastic, and we have a train line that runs literally right next door. I could just go down the steps that you saw back there and walk on the train if I so wish, which is pretty cool. But the weather is also literally pretty cool, so I'm probably going to go back indoors. And who knows, we might actually end up exploring a little bit more of this place and going and seeing where everything is, because so far this video you've just seen the staircase, and that's not too fair, is it? And here we are indoors. My fingers are freezing. But this is the front reception room of the IRL hotel, which is where we're staying. I'm not quite sure if I ever clarified that. I feel like I probably should have done. But I'm just going to stand here and put my hand on the radiator a minute to go and warm that up. But while I do, this is a wonderful, wonderful hotel. The staff are fantastic, honestly. But yeah, it's really actually quite cool here. But thankfully the radiator's on, so it's a little warmer indoors than it is outdoors. In total, I think it's roughly around 307 to 350 something rooms. I'm not quite too sure, but honestly, it is actually pretty cool in here, and I do like it. Rooms 1 through 36 are in there. And now we're back doing everybody's favourite extreme sport, lift racing. People have just gone into the lift on the ground floor, and I am going to try and speed walk my way up here to try and beat it. Because I'm going step, skip a step, go up a step, skip a step, and so on and so forth. Just in the hopes that it'll work. And I think it just did. Night's entertainment has just left to go and get some things, I don't know what, but they left the piano there, and I'm heavily tempted just to go over and press a few keys. And back to the wonderful staircase, which we've seen quite a lot between sort of days 1, 2, 3 and 4 and video parts 1 and 2. And we've just celebrated a little bit of a win, winning on the in-hotel quiz, which was a surprise because I am quite dumb. But yeah, the entertainment wasn't exactly the most fantastic, so usually finishes around 11, and it is now 10, You can barely see it. Now go back to the hotel room. I'm going to put my phone on charge and then go and listen to some decent music, because the one we had tonight was not the greatest.